Document, don't create. That was the advice from Gary Vee and many other social media influencers in the mid-2010s. And tons of people followed that. However, it's not going to work in 2025 and beyond. Let's get into why. See, the adage, document, don't create, was great to get people to pull out their phones and start talking into camera and getting comfortable talking into camera. However, as the creator economy evolved and as these platforms became better and better, the audience started to demand more. In particular, they demanded something for themselves. See, when people leaned into documenting as their primary focus, the content inherently became about them. Hey, look at my breakfast. Hey, look at the plane I'm going on. Hey, look at the conference I'm going to. And all of those things maybe build perceived authority. I'd argue that they more so are just showing off and actually build resentment from people. So what do we need to do to combat this? How do we get out of the document, don't create mindset? It's really simple. Flip them. Create, don't document. And what we want to create is value for the audience. And we'll get into exactly what that is. But let's first think about where our audience is at when they open their phone or they open their browser to start to look at content. Their expectation is different than it was in the 2010s. Today, audience members expect content to be thought out. They expect the creator to have a plan. They want to be entertained, because if the creator doesn't do that or the business doesn't do that, the audience member will simply swipe to the next piece of content until they find a piece of content that suits their needs. Documenting was all about the creator. It was, look at me, look at what I'm doing, look how great I am. Creating is all about your audience member and putting your audience member first. This is the mindset you should take when you create for your personal brand or your company. But what should you create? Let's talk about it. You want to be creating value, insights, and solutions. Let's break down each of those three. Let's talk about value. Okay, there's a lot of ways you can show value, but I think the most straightforward way is to really tell your story through one of two lenses. One, either the expert POV, or two, the explorer POV. So the expert POV is, hey, I have studied this for 20 years. I've worked in this field. These are the three ways to do 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the expert point of view. Now we look at the explorer point of view. The explorer point of view is, hey, I'm going to go try this new diet for 90 days and report back on what happens. Hey, here's, the case study or the exact step-by-step framework that we took to grow an account from 0 to 100,000 followers. Okay, what I'm doing in the explorer framework is I'm taking you along for the story, but I'm giving you lessons along the way that you can implement in your own journey. But what if you're having a hard time demonstrating value? Well, then you can shift to sharing insights. And what insights are really when you're able to take industry information, trends, digest them, and then give your unique opinion on top of those. How does the latest jobs forecast impact your industry? How does the interest rate affect your industry? Taking that information, synthesizing it for your potential customer, and putting it out on your social is a great way to be helpful. Okay, but let's just cut to the chase. What's the last one? Solutions. For solutions, I want you to think about social SEO, or search terms that people might put in to social media, into TikTok. They might want a certain recipe. They might want to know how to fix their plumbing, etc. If you can give solutions to people's problems in a digestible format on social media, that content is going to win. But this isn't all for pats on the back. It will help your business. See, when you do this over and over again, you actually build goodwill. When you give insights, create value, or share solutions, you build a massive amount of goodwill with your customer base, with your audience. And what happens is they start to see you as the expert in your field. And eventually, when they need to purchase something, they are going to come to you or come to somebody that you maybe have recommended. Okay, so this is all great, right? Jordan, look, I got it. Create value, give insights, solutions. But how do I get started, or how do I know if my content is checking these boxes? Well, there are 3 easy questions you can ask yourself before you hit publish or before you even create content. Question 1, who am I trying to help with this piece of content? Is that your ideal customer? Is it somebody else? Is it somebody who could potentially buy from you? You want to make sure that your content can actually help somebody who could eventually purchase from you. 2, what problem am I solving or insight am I actually giving? 3, will my audience be better off after consuming this? If your answer to any of these questions is I'm not sure or no, then it's probably time to pivot. Change your content so it gives a aha moment, a fresh perspective, or a step-by-step guide. Because if you do that, you'll ensure that your content is serving your audience member and not just yourself. And in so, you are creating, not documenting. I hope this has been helpful and you are off on your journey to create, not document. If you enjoyed this is Mind Your Marketing. I'm your host, Jordan Shelton, and I'll catch you next time.